morning. We are having flash flood watches on Oahu this morning, and it's a break between the storm. Look how stormy it is. This is Waimea Bay. It's like me and two other people. Beautiful. So before it starts pouring again, and before I have my client sessions all day, thought I'd bring you to the beach. And we're just going to do some gratitude practice and maybe a little journaling, as long as the rain holds out. Okay. This is one of my favorite spots on the island. Ready? Isn't it so beautiful? Good morning, everybody. I'm on a piece of driftwood at Waimea Bay. There's nobody here because it's storming very heavily. We are having flash flood watches on the island. I just dropped my daughter off at school and I had to go through like massive puddles, which is crazy. So it's a break but before the rest of the storm. We're supposed to have storms all the way through Sunday, like pretty bad. So I will enjoy every moment of this because I know it's not going to last. I'm going to do some journaling and probably some gratitude practice and maybe a little bit of bilateral stim because I'm feeling a little anxious this morning for some reason. Maybe the storms, but yeah, a little bit of anxiety in my chest, but not really a reason for the anxiety. So I'm going to tap through it and hopefully desensitize, let it go. But if there's anything that you are wanting me to do, paper's flying, hold on. Okay. If there's anything that you're wanting to learn, just let me know and we can do it together. Love it. Alright. If you have your book, feel free to bring it out. Otherwise, the more generic you make them, the less genuine they feel, and that kind of defeats the purpose, right? You're wanting to break down all of the nitty-gritty details of why your life is so beautiful, why there's love and magic all around you. Okay. If I were you, I'd want to watch the ocean, so I'm going to flip you around rather than having you stare at my face. Let me see how I can do this. Hold on. Good? This is where we always see dolphins, so be on the lookout in the ocean if you're staring out into the abyss for little tails. Betty. Welcome if you're just joining us. Really chill morning before the storm continues, so we're just doing some gratitude practice and appreciating the moment before it passes. This morning I was driving my daughter to school, and it was pouring out. We have flash flood watches on Oahu this morning, all through the weekend actually. And we saw multiple people carrying all of their goods, like everything, right? Shopping carts or scooters that were just packed with stuff, all soaking wet because it was pouring out. I'm not sure if they had a place to go. And in the car, my daughter and I just we turned the music down, and she's 5, but she's very empathic. We just focused on everything that we take for granted in the mornings that we're really grateful for, right? Like having a car that is well working, warm, consistent, can get through the flooded back alleys and stuff like that. Grateful for a beautiful house that we're staying in right now as we build our other house in Wailua that has a solar generator. So even if we do lose power, which Oahu up in Sunset Hills in the hills of North Shore, we do lose power quite frequently. Our house doesn't actually lose power because it comes right back on. We're really grateful for that. I think that's a gift and a resource that so many people don't have access to, and it's something that we take for granted because we don't have to experience the lack or the loss as frequently as other people have to. So taking a moment to just slow the hell down and realize that all the things that make our life simple and easy are little mini gifts that we forget to appreciate sometimes. And focusing on that gratitude, as small as those things may be or as big as they may be, really creates that sense of warm hope and positivity in your own body, right? We have control over our emotions. We don't wait for the environment to offer us opportunity to be happy. We create our own happiness through whatever environment we're a part of. And I think we forget that. We forget that power that we have within ourselves every single day, every single minute. Yeah, it's hard because life can be really tough and overwhelming sometimes, and it's easy to fixate on the negativity. Sorry for my hair being a hot mess right now. But taking a moment to just slow down and focus on what's really important. Things like comfort and safety are not guarantees for a lot of people in the world. And so if you have them, take a moment to really soak in and appreciate that those aren't worries that you have at the top of mind on a regular basis. And what a gift that is, you know? So a lot of my gratitude today is focused on the simple things, right? I think that's why I love traveling so much in the world. Been to 15 countries, and every single time that I travel, I come back with a new appreciation of something that I took for granted before, right? I remember every time I go to South America or Central America, I come back and I'm just appreciative of a clean bathroom with working water and warm water consistently for showers. Just the things that you're you don't even acknowledge because they're every single day. You assume that they will always be available to you, and therefore we stop gaining happiness and appreciation from that. And what a loss that is, right? These are gifts every single day for you to opportunistically feel happy because of them. Those are missed opportunities for happiness from my perspective. So it's just nice to have a perspective shift. If you have the chance to travel, do it. Travel as much as you can. It just challenges you to get out of that headspace of the everyday, because we get complacent. That's just human nature, right? We kind of automate and hum into the background all of the things that are familiar and therefore comfortable. But sometimes what's comfortable and familiar can also be what allows us that safety and presence in the rest of the world. So taking a moment to really appreciate those things, whatever they are. Hi, welcome. We're just doing kind of a short stint today. Honestly, it's holding off longer than I thought. Oh my gosh, look at the blue sky. Oh, you guys brought me good luck. We have really bad storms on Oahu. up through the weekend, flash flood warnings and stuff. It is dark in Pupukea because I live up there. We'll see how long. Hopefully you were able to do some gratitude practice and that lifted your spirits a little bit. I mentioned this earlier today. For those of you that just logged on, I'm feeling kind of anxious this morning, like a lot of heart palpitations, a little bit of frenetic energy. I have a propensity toward anxiety anyways, just like my organic natural self. There is no reason for me to feel anxiety this morning. It's been like a really calm morning with my daughter. So I'm gonna do some bilateral stim. If you're unfamiliar with what that is, it's alternating sides of the body, tapping or eye movements, which is the technique, the evidence-based technique through EMDR. So if you've done EMDR, it's essentially EMDR, but without the trauma reprocessing. It's the bilateral stim technique solely focused on desensitization. And that works for negative thoughts, for somatic feelings in your body, for emotional intensity, whatever you're feeling that you know is not serving you. And the filter for that is this helpful? Is this healthy? Is this conducive to my happiness? If the answer for all three of those things is no, then it's not serving you. Let it go. Find a way to release that energy. It's either not yours in the first place. You don't have to own everything that you feel or think. Or it is yours, but it's from a past event that's just getting reactivated and re-triggered currently. So look around at your environment, assess if that is aligned, or if that is aligned with what you're feeling, if your feelings, your emotions are warranted with the situation. If the answer is no, and it's also not constructive for you, let it go. It's not worth it. You're more important. Your happiness is more important. Eye movements work really well for me, but I don't have specific spots here to focus on. So I'm going to do bilateral stim through tapping. I might just sit in front and do it so that you guys can see. So let me do that. You are welcome to tap with me if you'd like. It's really simple. It's really easy. You're going to be like, does this actually do something? It does, I promise you. It's very, very evidence-based. So much statistical backing for the efficacy of this technique, so try it. It works for anything that you're wanting to desensitize and let go. So grab a hold of whatever that is for you, and you can join me. Yes? Good? A little crooked. All right. So, again, you can either do eye movements. Don't move your head or your body. You want the eyes just to kind of bounce across a screen back and forth. And there are free YouTube videos that just have balls bouncing across the screen. You can use one of those as a resource if that's easier for you. I'm grateful for the sun too. I love that. Or you can do tapping. So tapping would be the blades of your hands on the tops of your thighs, alternating between legs, or you can cross over and do butterfly. I prefer the non-connected butterfly personally, but you're also welcome to loop your fingers and do it on your chest. There's acupressure points here, which we've talked about yesterday in EFT, which is emotional freedom technique. So if you like that better, you can loop your thumbs together and tap alternate sides of the body here. So the reason this technique works is because it stimulates both hemispheres of the brain in rapid succession, which helps quicken and amplify processing, like neurological processing. So focus on whatever it is that you're wanting to clear out. Think of it as like stagnant energy stuck in your body. Focus on whatever that is. Amplify it as much as you possibly can safely in your own body. Hi, good morning. It's good to see you. Amplify it as much as possible, which I know sounds counterintuitive, but it's not. The more that you can amplify it, the quicker it will process through. So choose whatever it is that you're wanting to let go this morning and join me, okay? All right. For me, it's anxiety. which feels like a bundle of black, dark, fuzzy energy in my chest that's just kind of vibrating all the time, deeply uncomfortable. So I'm gonna visualize and imagine what that feels like in my chest, give it, kind of personify it, give it as much of a like physical manifestation as you can. So the trick is to focus on a visual and a visual of the thing, an intention to release, and some kind of somatic or tactile stimulation of that release. Now, the tactile stimulation is the bilateral stim. In a future video, I can show you and teach you how to get rid of intrusive thoughts, which also has those 3 components. So an example would be if you're feeling like you have negative thoughts in your mind, you want to imagine what those thoughts look like as a separate being from your body. And then with the intention to release, imagine your hand being a magnet and kind of just pulling, like with tension, that negative thought out and throwing it away. So as long as you have those 3 things, it makes the process a little less abstract and more concrete, which makes it more effective. So for me, ball of frenetic anxiety, like a black fuzzy ball that's just vibrating all the time in my chest, that's what I'm feeling. The intention to release, and I'm going to amplify this sensation in my body as much as I possibly can while I tap. You don't want to go so fast that you're amplifying your own anxiety. You just want to like calm and steady. That's it. It's a very, very simple but very effective technique. So do your thing, focus on whatever you want to let go, step into your body, and try and amplify that as much as you can so you can process through quicker. And remember to breathe. Whenever you feel like you have hold of the imagery or the energy in your body that you're wanting to release, I want you to try and start diffusing it, right? So while you're continuing to tap bilateral stim, I want you to try and diffuse that energy, dilute that energy. Some people like to imagine water coming through and kind of dispersing or washing away the condensed nature of that energy so that it starts to go through the rest of the body, allowing it to kind of come out through whatever grounding technique you're engaging in right now. Other people, you can imagine like overwhelming white or gold or purple light that's filled with love, that's just like getting into every dark crevice of that spot, and the light is taking over the dark. Whatever it is for you, imagine whatever comes to mind. They're all effective as long as you resonate with it. Remember to breathe. You're doing amazing. Oh, the sun's out. It's pretty. I'm feeling much better. I don't know about you guys, but I feel much better. The more that you practice this technique, and I do EMDR, I'm a trained EMDR therapist, so I do it quite frequently with clients. And I also clear myself every single day. So the more that you practice this, like anything, it's like muscle memory, but the more that you practice this skill, the more confident you get in your ability to release and desensitize anything that isn't serving you. Like, what power is that to have the complete choice and control in eliminating what hurts you and choosing to keep and empower and embody what serves you. You know, like we're no longer in a place of dependency on other people or places or things to provide us with that internal safety and regulation that's within our control whenever, wherever we are. So I hope that helped. I will be logging back on tomorrow, probably doing a different technique. If there's something specific that you're wanting to learn, let me know. I'm more than happy to walk you through it. Take a second and look at this amazing weather. Like, I love Hawaii. I love Hawaii. Thank you for joining me. This was fun. I love you guys. I appreciate you.